Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing great. My name is George, and this is the public Sitrep where we will check together what happened over the weekend. We'll find the most important levels, a new trading plan for the week ahead, and maybe if I have time and if you have questions, I'll be able to answer a couple of questions towards the end of the stream. Okay, so today I'm going to cover, as usual, Bitcoin, and also we will take a look together at what ES is doing, because ES is at a very, very important level. And maybe if we get, and this is a big if we get a reaction there, maybe that will influence the Bitcoin chart too. But other than that, let's start with the Bitcoin chart. And as usual, today I'm going to cover the high time frame levels. And because we started a new month, we are in June already, half a year, I would like to start with a monthly time frame chart. And a couple of things to notice here. We do have a new monthly level. So obviously a monthly level, it is a very, very important level. And I would like to mark this one on my chart. So that would be monthly. And because we do have a new monthly level, which is 29,237, let's check what other monthly level we do have on this chart. So basically we do have this one, right? And other than that, we do have another one here. So 23,134, right? So the closest monthly levels to the price action, one to the upside, one to the downside. So to the upside 29,237, and to the downside 23,134. So now the first question and the big question is, which one will be tapped first? This monthly level, they tend to give like very, very good reaction. That could be support or resistance, and definitely we need to think about these levels. And other than that, we have a couple of more. Sorry, this one to the downside, right? So that would be 16,529. That's a very, very interesting monthly level, right? So let's pay attention to this level. Very, very close to the bottom of this move, right? And also, we do have another one here. And that would be 49,509, another monthly level. So we do have two levels close to the price action, right? And we do have another one to the downside. That will be 16,529 and 49,509 to the upside, right? So like I said, these levels are very, very, very important, and usually they give a good reaction. Let's pay attention to this level. And definitely, I mean, it really doesn't matter if you're a scalp trader or a swing trader or a day trader, you should have this level marked on your chart. Okay, so this is what we have: a new untapped monthly level, untapped monthly level below. Cool. So this is one thing that we need to take into consideration. Other than that, I would like to, first of all, I would like to see if good morning, good morning, good morning sound is good. Thank you. Thank you for that confirmation. Okay, so if you can hear me, now we can move forward with our technical analysis. Okay, new month, new monthly level, monthly levels to the upside, to the downside. Great. Other than that, the TA should be the same, because Bitcoin is kind of consolidating here, and this is a very, very important area. And you'll see when we go on lower time frame what's going on there. But definitely this is a very, very important area where Bitcoin is right now. Very close to support. Support is support until proven otherwise. But in the same time, if that support will be lost, then it opens the possibility for more downside. How much more downside? Hopefully we will be able to find that together. So just by looking at this chart, definitely, and without putting anything else, we can see that this area was resistance claimed, flipped, and then it was support, and now once again is resistance. If we add, and my fixed range pool, this is the value our low is still there. So basically on a high time frame level, what the price is trying to do is claim this, claim the high time frame value or low of this range. And there is one thing that I kind of want to show you, right? And I need to close this. And this is not my idea, right? This is actually Victor's idea. I've seen this on Friday. Let's go on monthly, on yearly time frame. Usually we don't check Bitcoin on yearly time frame because we do not have a lot of history, right? But he did this, checking this chart on a yearly time frame, and it was kind of cool, and I kind of like that idea. So what do we have here? We have a couple of levels. Obviously, we do have this level, but right now it's kind of irrelevant, right? Also, we do have this level, right? So it's around 45,000, right? But other than that, and the most important part is this section of the chart where this year, I mean 2020, very, very bullish year, right? This one, kind of, the price was pushing, but was kind of in the middle. So there was indecision. Yes, a new high, everything great, but the year. And then 2022, right? Boom. The price pushing to the downside. So we've established here, you can see the yearly, so basically resistance, claimed, flipped, same story, so the 30K psychological area. And then if we only check on this on yearly time frame, we can see that basically this area is a very, very important area, right? Because what the price is trying to do right this year so far doesn't look that bad, right? Doesn't look that bad, but the main question here is, once again, if the price manages to claim the 30K psychological area. And you all know this idea was my idea since the very, very first beginning. 30K area, very, very good support, lost, flipped. Now, most of the time, as soon as you flip a level, then it will act as resistance. And this is the case. So even this chart, this very, very simple chart, so you can see there's nothing, only candles, right? And if we look at the candle closes, this gives even more weight to the 30K area. Exactly what I was explaining you from the very, very, very first beginning, right? Even when we're looking at monthly or yearly, or really doesn't matter what time frame, high time frame, we can clearly see that this is the level, 30K psychological area. Not only psychological, also very good SNR flip level, value area low, like I was showing you, value area low of this range. This is one level that we need to take into consideration, because if this level would be claimed, right, and properly backtested, then the price will get acceptance back into the value area of this high time frame range. Basically, this range started in 2020, basically December 2020, right? So it's a very, very big range, right? And if the price managed to get acceptance back into the value area of this range, guess what's the next important level to the upside, right? And I hope the answer is the point of control, because this is how you trade the range. You trade the range from the top of the range. If the price managed to get acceptance back into the value area, so in this case, let's start with this, the price moves, gets acceptance back into the value area, losing value area high, point of control, small front run here of the value area low, moving back to the point of control. Now imagine this is a developing range, so the value area levels could change at any point in time, but even after so much time, right, so many months, years, you can see clear backtest of the point of control, right? And then the push to the value area low, lost, lows, and then we're back here. Claim, if Bitcoin, once again, if Bitcoin managed to claim this area, then the next important level is this one, right? The point of control of this range, 47 to 50K area. Again, it's a high time frame, so I wouldn't think about this to the absolute dollar. And if on top of this, right, if on top of this we enable what I was showing you earlier, right, very, very close to the point of control, we do have this monthly level, right? So we start to build confluences. So an untapped monthly level on a point of control, right? Great. Now, if we pull some fibs, something along these lines, then in the same area, we do have the golden pocket. So even more confluences for this area. And let's not forget about psychological areas. 30K psychological, 50K psychological area. So very, very simple. And without any other details, for the bulls, they need to claim this. To show strength, they need to claim this area, 30K psychological area. If they manage to do that, then, you know, that at least opens, doesn't mean that the price will go there. No, we talk about possibilities, you know, in trading in general, but the possibilities for the price to move to the 45 to 50K area are increasing quite a bit, right? But for the moment, we're not there, not yet. The price rejected, so you can see very bullish month, another bullish month, some consolidation here, but right now we see the price starts to reject, and we need to see what's going on here, right? But high time frame, definitely, and if the price managed to claim that value below the 30K psychological area, the next area to the upside is this from 45 to 50. We do have a lot of levels there, so definitely let's keep an eye on that one. Like I said, doesn't necessarily have to go there, not in one candle, not anything like this, because we talk about a lot of space here. I mean, we talk about 30-40%, right? But high time frame, that would be a sign of strength, and it at least it opens the possibility for more upside. But until that happens, you know, we're still here, and the price right now is trapped between these two levels, two untapped monthly level, 29,237 and 23,138, right? We need to pay attention to what's going on here. So high time frame, we know the resistance, right? But also we need to find our support, right? Now let's delete this one because I already have these levels on my chart. We'll leave this one, and let's move to, because we talked about monthly levels, now let's move to weekly levels. And basically we need to enable now the horizontal levels. You can see that we do have a lot of horizontal levels, and basically starting with this section of the chart, we do have a weekly level somewhere around 30,313. We do have a new monthly level, weekly level. This was a daily level flipped to a weekly level, and that will be 28,000. Let me make this bigger so you can actually, this level 28,076. I'm still keeping this one. Because as you can see, this was basically our resistance. We will get more in depth about what happened there, but I'm keeping this one on my chart, so 27,573. And other than that, we do have another one here tapped, but it is also important, 26,749. To the downside, obviously we do have, let's not forget the monthly, but we do have another weekly level, 22,167 to the downside. And now let's move to the daily time frame, right? Daily time frame, where we do have, to the downside, we do have an untapped, very small front run here, but still I'll keep this one on my chart, 26,318. Like I said, this one started as a daily level, flipped into a weekly level, and I'll always favor a higher time frame level. We still have this daily 29,519, and we do have a top daily 30,387. So definitely we do have a lot of levels. Now here locally we do have this one, but it was tapped here, and we had this one and was tapped here, right? So I'm not gonna put them on my chart because it really doesn't make any sense. And other than that, you can see why I keep this. So this is a tapped weekly and this is a tapped weekly. And as you can see, this one, after so much time, so it was tapped here, but it's still giving a reaction here. So this weekly level, when you see a level respected, you keep it on my chart. I keep it on my chart, right? If I see no reaction, then I just remove it. But until that happens, also this one, you can see this, like I said, this is an older one, but it was support, 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 flipped, resistance, resistance, flipped once again, support, support. And other than that, the price was not able to push all the way here. The price did over the weekend, took this liquidity here, took the high, swing value pattern, and down to the weekly. So that's why I keep these levels on my chart as long as I see reaction. And this we can see that we already have 0.3, possibly the price could potentially move high. So this is in terms of horizontal levels, right? So let's keep this in mind. Now let's hide the horizontal levels. Also, we can look at just very, very, very short peek at the naked points of control, because that will show us the volume. So we do have a couple of levels, right? We do have a new daily naked point of control, 27,266. Okay. Usually this kind of naked points of control, they act as a magnet for the price action. Usually the price will move to this area. We do have a couple of them to the upside, but I'm more interested in this section of the chart. This section, this daily naked point of control, 26,475, 74, very, very small front run here. And this one, because you could ask, why are you interested in that? Because they are very, very close to this. You can see here that we do have a almost a double bottom. So the price moved here, bounce, the price moved once again lower, being unable to take this low. So we still have stop losses here, right? So we do have liquidity, and we all know the price is always moving towards the liquidity, right? So we do have a couple of things here, and the most important thing about this level is actually this. And I was checking this morning, and I've seen a couple of interesting things, right? So we do have a range, and I've been posting about on Twitter, obviously in Discord, I've been posting about this range, and this range is quite a bit of a range, and it's a very good range to trade, because from top to bottom, we do have 16%. So definitely there is enough volatility for this, for scalps, for day trades. It's all good. And as you can see, basically the value area low of this range, value area low, it's holding as support, right? Deviation here, obviously the best trade here would be a swing failure pattern. When you see small front run like this, then you need to react, right? You can use an order flow software like XOCharts or another one. That really depends on your preferences to get more confirmation about this small front run. But other than that, this is how you trade a range like this. Doesn't really matter if you're on high time frame, low time frame, mid time frame. You can trade the range in the same way, from the top to the value area to the bottom to the value area. You can see as soon as the price got acceptance back into the value area, claiming value area low, point of control, right? Then back once again to the value area low, and now the price is just consolidating within this range. So until we get more confirmation about what's going on, right, what the next major move will be, the main trading idea, in my opinion, should be this range, starting with the value area of this range. So definitely you look for longs around the value area low, you look for shorts around the value area high. If you see reaction around the point of control, definitely that can be used, that information can be used for trading, but that should start as a scalp with the possibility of becoming a day trade. Usually you like to trade top, bottom, value area high, value area low. That is the place where it gives you, very, very good trading possibilities, very close in validation, as long as you are aware of these ranges. And like I said, The price is just consolidating, right? Within the value area of this range. There's one thing that we need to take into consideration here. When this range will break, I would expect some follow through, right? Because consolidation like this, a consolidation like this takes time, right? The traders need to make up their mind. And when this range will break, I would expect some follow through. For the moment, we don't know what's going to happen, right? We don't know if this range will break to the upside or if this range will break to the downside. No one knows, but we need to be prepared. So we need to have a trading plan, right, for both scenarios. I was talking, and I think that was in my last public stream, and the price was somewhere around this lows, if I'm not mistaken. And I was saying this. So I was actually moving to this range, and this section of the chart, higher high, higher low. Please allow me to hide this based on the market structure to get some ideas about how this range could possibly break to the upside or to the downside. And I was analyzing this section of the chart, and the price was doing this. Take the high, take the low, take the high, higher low, move to the high. Then we start to see lower high, low taken, lower low. So the price is changing the market structure, obviously still within the value area of this range. And I said at that point in time, for strength, the price needs to print a new higher high on the chart. Another lower high, that means weakness. And at that point in time, one would favor the bearish scenario, meaning this range will break to the downside. And we've got this section of the chart, the backtest, and the price was trying to push to the upside, but still high, lower high, lower high. Right. So for the moment, the possibilities for this range to break to the downside are high. Doesn't necessarily mean that this will happen, but if we check the market structure within this range, this points out to this range breaking to the downside based on the market structure alone. Now, for that to happen, we do have levels, and the first level, one of the first level that we need to see what's going on there is actually this one, value or low. If the price will break the value or low, then we move to the lows, right? We move to the lows, always for a possible swing failure pattern, and it's not a bad idea to actually mark this level, put it as a swing failure pattern, right? So that's the bottom of this range, 25,789. So this is a good idea, good trading idea, right? And this is one of the levels that I'm expecting, because remember, as a trader, you make money from volatility. You don't really care about the price moving to the upside, moving to the downside, as long as you have a level. And as long as you see a reaction there, you have confluences, you see a reaction, then take the trade. That would be not my advice, but this would be the way to think about if you're a trader, right? You need a level, in the reaction, as long as everything good, you take the trade. Obviously, none of this information can be used as financial advice. This is just for educational purpose only. But remember, as a trader, you make money from volatility. You don't really care the price moving to the upside, price moving to the downside. And this is one of the levels that I'm looking for a possible reaction. If we zoom out just a bit, right, we can see that high time frame, this is our resistance, the value are low. We're printing, right? We're printing a range here, top of the range, low of the range, value area high, value area low, point of control, right? And also we can see that basically we had this section of the chart, we had this retracement, we have this section of the chart, some consolidation here, and then the breakout, right? All this has been, let me see if I still had this range. Okay, I still have this range, same story. We had the range, top, bottom, deviation, price got acceptance back into the value area high, boom, price pushing to the upside. this is how you trade the range. And that's why these ranges are very, very, very important. So this information together with the bottom of this range, right? We do have the value are high and we do have this consolidation area here. Usually this kind of level should provide some sort of level. Not only that, but if we mark the high time frame SNR flip level, which was printed here, you can see this level acted as a very, very good resistance here. Once again, resistance here. And remember, each time this level was tapped, the price rejected, I mean, literally this created a new lower low. And the last time this level was tapped, we talk about this one, gave a more than 20% retracement. So this is a very, very important level within the high time frame range. And the lower section of this chart. So definitely one would think, okay, we do have a range here, right? And within this range, right, we do have the low of the range, we do have value area high for the previous range, we do have this high time frame SNR flip level 25, 222 and 25k psychological area. Remember the price move here, roughly the 30k psychological area, and now the price could potentially approach the 25k psychological area, 30k, 25k psychological area, right? So this is one thing that we need to take into consideration. Let's add a couple of more things to this puzzle, right? So we do have this section of the chart, but since this, the value area low was lost, one could say this can be seen as another range. And if we see that, obviously we can do something like this, right? So this entire section of the chart gives us value area high, point of control here, right? You can see very nice support, providing the bounce, once again, the value area of the range, and value area low. Great. Now, if we extend this to the current price action, guess what happens? The value area high is very, very close to this SNR flip level. Resistance, resistance, claimed, and this would be the first time, that the price will actually backtest this SNR flip level. So we do have quite a bit of confluences in this area, right? And if this is the bullish case, then I would not like to see this area lost. That would be a place where the bulls would be easy to defend this uptrend, because for the moment you can see high low, high, this would be a high low. So basically it's good, it's not bad. I would favor, like high time frame here, I would favor the bullish scenario based on the market structure, based on levels being flipped. Yes, we do have this area, the 30k psychological area, right? And one would expect, I mean, not to expect a rejection in this area, at least at the first touch. That would be foolish in my opinion. You would expect some sort of rejection, and depending on how deep that that rejection goes, then we can build a case for for the bullish or for the bearish case. So that being said, for me, this is an area that I would like to trade. And in this area, the only trade that I would take would be a long. Best case scenario, a swing failure pattern. Swing failure pattern of this low of the range, so 27,789, with a possible, with maybe a touch of this, of the value area high plus this SNR flip level. So maybe we'll see something like this, right? The price taking this, tapping this, then getting acceptance in here, right? And that would be a very, very nice way to trade this move, right? So it will look something like this. Now, I always trade based on reaction, right? So it's hard to say right now what the entry will be, right? Maybe we'll see a swing failure pattern here, or maybe we'll see the price will move lower and we could actually see a swing failure pattern of the high time frame SNR flip level, or this one, right? So it's really hard to say right now what the actual entry could be. But definitely I do think, and I do think there is a trade. Again, if this is the bullish case, and I'll be willing to take this trade as long as I see a good reaction, right? Stop loss for this one, again, based on reaction. So let's say this is, I'm trading this as a swing failure pattern of this low, and this is the wick. I would give it just a bit of space below this one, right, to avoid, you know, some stop loss wick hunt. And other than that, this would be my my trade targets for this trade, right? Now we need, for targets, we need to enable the local range here, right? Because if I trade here, let's say a swing failure pattern of this low of the range, obviously it could go lower, but I'll cover that in just a bit. But let's say, you know, this is the case, then the first level that I would like to check the reaction is here, value area low, because I would like to see the price getting acceptance back into the value area of this range. If that happens, that opens the possibility, at least for the point of control, but I will look around this area and possibly the value area high of this range. So that would be between the point of control and value area low. We do have some stop losses in this area, so we do have some liquidity. Definitely that would be the first area, and obviously after that, depending on the reaction, one would move higher. In this kind of situation, one would like to enable this, right? Because this is where we have, so we do have point of control, we do have this weekly level. So, you know, like I said, some liquidity here, so this area can be used as take profit one. And then we talk about this area where we do have this monthly untapped monthly level, untapped daily level, and liquidity here. So this can be, I don't know, take profit two, so take profit one, take profit two, and keep something just in case the price will make a new high on the chart, right? So this is the way I would like to look at this section of the chart. So remember, please allow me to hide the horizontal levels, right? Something like this. If we get a swing failure pattern of this low, right, the price first needs to get acceptance back into the value area of this range. If that happens, claiming the value area low. If that happens, point of control, this section of the chart, you know, and possibly higher. Now, if we talk about, that would be a different scenario. If we talk about the swing failure pattern of this high time frame level and tapping this 25K psychological area, right, the trade will look a bit different. So let's say the price will do something like this. So no reaction here. The price will move here, right? Taking some of the liquidity, and then the price will do this, right? So that would be the trigger for my trade based on the swing failure pattern here. That would be the trigger for my trade. Stop loss below the wick, give it some space. But now the situation is a bit different. Why? Because this was the low of the range, right? Now I would like to see the price claiming this, the low of the range. Then same story, value area low, price get acceptance back into the value of the range, point of control, and possibly higher. But the difference is, if the price goes lower, the low of the range could potentially be flipped, to resistance, and you want to see the price getting acceptance, you know, above this level, then value area low, value area high, and possibly a new high on the chart. So obviously we talk about scenarios, right? At least I don't know what's going to happen. And it's good to have scenarios on the chart, right? And remember, this is an area, please allow me to clean the chart. This is an area that I would be willing to look for a long. Again, depending on the reaction, I would like to see a swing failure pattern here or here, and then followed by good reaction, meaning price pushing to the upside, changing market structure on low time frame, 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, with continuation on higher time frame. If you have access to an order flow software, then you want to see volume increasing, open interest increasing, a lot of positive delta, buying imbalances, and the price keeps pushing to the upside. That is what you would like to see in terms of reaction. So this is the first area that I'll be interested in a long. Now, because I trade based on reaction, if I see something like this, that means no trade, because no swing failure pattern, level low of the range flipped to resistance, price push lower, lose this level, flip to resistance, then yeah, there is no trade for me. Or even, let's say I take a trade here, I'll be stopped out, I'll take a loss, it is part of the game, have my risk management under control, so that wouldn't be a problem. Well, no one likes to lose a trade, but it is part of the game. So definitely this is why I like to stress based on reaction. You want to see a swing failure pattern, you want to see change in market structure, you want to see bullish order flow when you're looking for a long, and this is what you like to see. If the conditions are not met, you just relax and wait for the next important level on the chart, right? This is how you trade. This is how you make money in trading. There's no need to be in a rush. There's no need to be aggressive. Wait, especially if we talk about a possible swing trade. Wait for confirmation. Wait to see what's going on. And only when everything that you are expecting, you see that on the chart, then you trigger the trade. You have your risk management, your stop loss, take profit. No, that's it. This is how you trade. This is how you make money in this game. We talk about long term. Now, this would be the first area that I'll be looking for a long. Below this level, if the price will actually get acceptance below this level, that means weakness. And at that point in time, obviously we've seen rejections, so it's not the end of the world, but definitely that is weakness. And that opens the possibility for more downside. How much more downside? Well, that is the other question that we need we try to answer here, right? But it would be so much easier for the bulls to defend this area rather than, move to this area, because then what was support, potential support, could be flipped once again to resistance. So they need, if let's say we get a reaction, I don't know, below, then they need to claim and flip area. So it would be so much easier actually to defend the 25k psychological area. Great. Now, we don't get any kind of reaction here, then we need to move to the information that we do have on the chart. And we move back to this because this was an important level, was the value area high of this level. Right. Then what we can do is we can start to pull some fibs. And the first fib pull would be actually, if I can get it right, something like this, would be this area. So that would be roughly the 20k area, where we do have the point of control of this range, where we do have this low, value area low here. Once again, I want to extend this one because I want to see the point of control. Okay, so the point of control is still here. Okay. And as you can see, in between here is kind of a gap, right? It's kind of a gap. So let's keep that in mind. So we do have this first pull, and the second pull is actually this one, right? Where we do have the next area of interest, somewhere around 23k area, right? And 23k area, let's see if we have some other levels here. If we leave it like this, the value are high, we do have it here. And this is where it becomes interesting, because we do have this monthly level here, right? So monthly level here, monthly level here, right? So I would say this is an important area, the 25k psychological area, if the price if the bulls will manage to hold the support here, then the chances for the price to actually to move to tap this the higher monthly are increasing. If this area will be lost, then the possibility for the price to tap the monthly level, the lower monthly level, 23,134, are once again increasing, right? So that's why this area is important. As long as this one will hold that support, and I explained what I would like to see, then the chances are increasing for the price to tap this monthly. Lose this area, and yeah, this the 23K area comes into play. So we have this area, right? And we do have some confluences here. And maybe this area will give a reaction, right? But at that point in time, and especially if the high time frame SNR flip level will be flipped to resistance, then my best guess is that we will be looking for this area. In terms of trading, very, very easy. So lose this one, so no reaction whatsoever here. Sorry, I need to take a drink. Sorry about that. So no reaction in this 25K psychological area. Then we move to this area where we do have daily. Okay, we do have the golden pocket pulled from this. We do have a monthly. I would imagine this monthly should give some sort of reaction. I mean, or let me put it this way. If this monthly doesn't give any kind of reaction at all, just the price slicing through this level, like this, then that is very, very, very bearish. And it opens the possibility, at least for this area. But in a normal price action, right, I would imagine this level should provide some sort of reaction. So like I said, in terms of trading, I would be interested in trading this, right? Again, based on reaction, stop loss, hard to say right now, because I would like to see what's going on there, and then I will decide what is the best stop loss for my trade. Other than that, if we get reaction here, then we need to check what's going on at the high time frame SNR flip level. Then we move to this. So I would think about this, the 25K psychological area, claim this one, and yeah, then it will move to the monthly above, and so on, right? But again, based on reaction, and we need to check what's going on to the upside. The other area that I would be more inclined to trade would be a swing failure pattern of this low, right? So we do have a daily level there, 20,195. We do have this low, right? Please allow me to hide a couple of things. Then we need to extend this once again to the lower low, like this. Okay, so we do have this. Let's mark this level as a swing failure pattern, right? Something like this. So if we see a swing failure pattern here, great. Stop loss. Again, based on what's going on in this area, based on the wick, based on the reaction. And definitely I will look to trade this to the 25K psychological area with possibilities, once again, for a new high on the chart. Remember the levels that we do have in between, but those are kind of what I would like to trade. So to recap this, the first trade I would like to take is in this area based on the swing failure pattern of this low, right? And then we need to check what's going on. Was the reaction price get acceptance back into the value area of this range? Then it opens the possibility for the point of control, value area high, and possibly higher. Don't forget about that monthly. Then the second area would be the 23K area, right? This monthly. possible reaction, and same story, I'll be looking to trade this one to 25k area, and then, and please allow me to hide this, then if the price get acceptance above this level, that opens the possibility for higher, right? We trade it level to level. And the last area that I'll be looking for a possible long is this area. This is kind of the last line of defense of the bulls, right? Because if you lose this one, and I would think about this as an entire area here, right? Value area low here. If this level will be lost and the price get acceptance below this level, below value area low, below 18, 19k area, then a new lower low on the chart is possible, right? So for me, it would be so much easier actually for the bulls to defend this area. And again, if this is the bullish case, because we don't know yet, right? We know the price hit resistance. Now the price is retracing for the moment. It's not bearish, right? As long as this area, this range holds, this is not bearish. Swing failure pattern, great. Liquidity grab, and then, price pushing. So for me, it would be so much easier for the bulls to defend this area if the price get acceptance below 25k. Yes, 23k area, that monthly, we do have some confluences, or this low point of control, golden pocket 0.71, very good level to trade, very good reaction most of the time. Below, weakness, and I would expect a new lower low on the chart. Obviously there are levels in between, but this would be weakness on the chart. And I'm talking about longs because to short right now, that would not be such a good idea, right? That I cannot short around the lows of this range. I cannot short into the value area low here. Yes, I do understand the possibility that the price will go lower, but for me to actually get a decent trade, I do not have a very good setup, not a short setup right now. So the only option left are longs. As long as the conditions are met, meaning reaction, change in market structure, and so on. And then let's see what's going on in this area. There is one other thing that I would like to show you. And for that, I will have to hide a couple of ranges just to understand how important is actually this section of the chart. And for that, I would like to pull a fixed range from this lower low. You see? So basically, we're getting pretty much the same results. So breaking this range to the downside and no reaction here, no very, very fast reaction, and the price getting acceptance back into the value area of this range, that's weakness. Because in this section of the chart, there is not much price pushing, but not much support, was built here. We do have this area, this consolidation area, this order block, but that's about it, right? Other than that, that's why I'm more inclined to trade this one, right? We do have that monthly level, and I'm very, very curious about the reaction there, and I'm more than happy to trade it based on reaction. But other than that, you can see a lot of volume here. The entire value area is here. Lose this value area, and get acceptance back into the old range, back below this old high time frame resistance. That is bearish, right? That opens the possibility for more downside. That's why I said if this is the bullish case and if everything looks good, this would be so much easier to defend. I would like to see where 382 comes. Look, 382, right? That's why I say from low to top, 382. This is a very good level in an uptrend. If you do have confluences in this area, then this is a level to trade. The bulls, this is the levels that the bulls needs to defend. Below, weakness, in my opinion. Yes, we do have levels. Yes, I'm more than willing to trade, but higher time frame, this is weakness, right? And I would like to actually from this or where everything started. You see, very, very ugly volume profile. And that gives us this one, the 23K area and the equilibrium of this. So yeah, there's not much. There's not much in between. So we do have this, which is so easy to trade. Let's move, but I kind of, no, I would like it from here. Right? So we do have this area, 25K psychological area. This would be so much easier to defend. Then 0.5 monthly. Okay, but then we need to get acceptance above this level and the top range and so on. Last line of defense, this one, golden pocket, you know, swing failure pattern here, because below, this is weakness. So definitely we need to pay attention to the chart, check the reaction, and see what's going on. But to recap this, like high time frame, 30K, this is our resistance. Claim 30K, and then, you know, that at least opens the possibility for the 45 to 50K area, right? Other than that, to expect not to see, sorry. If someone thought that the 30K area would be easy to claim, you know, that would be a bit naive, I would say. This is not bearish yet. Bearish below this level. At that point in time, the possibilities for the price to move to the 20K psychological area are increasing. That monthly level in between, let's see if the price would give a reaction there. But other than that, this is the main level, 25K area and 20K area. Those are the levels that, you know, we do have on the chart right now. Lose the 20, this area, the 20K area, and then yeah, a new lower low on the chart is possible. Okay. But we need to see. For the moment, like I said, the market structure looks good, right? No problem. But we need to pay attention. And that would be Bitcoin. Like I said, I choose to talk about longs because they give the best trading opportunities, right? Very close invalidation, you know, based on reaction, they should give a good reaction. To short here, I don't see a very, very good setup. I would be interested to short this area, right? The 29 monthly, we do have liquidity here. And if we pull a fib from here to here, this is the area that I would like to short. So if the price managed to push to this area where we do have liquidity, we do have the golden pocket, we do have that monthly, I'm more than happy to short this one. So it will look something like this, right? Best case scenario, a swing failure pattern there, right? I would give it stop loss just above the high, and definitely I'll be targeting this. Once again, the lows of this range. So let's say this is the bottom. I'd be more than happy to trade this section of the chart, the 29, the 30K psychological level, and the liquidity here. Conditions, same story. I want to see reaction, everything related with the reaction, and the price getting acceptance back into the value area of the local range below this level, high time frame value area low, and like I said, this, right? One would like to see this, then we check what's going on at the point of control, and then the lows of the range. That would be the kind of the only short that I do have right now on the chart, right? Something that could potentially become a swing trade, or at least a decent day trade. You know, other than that, I have a hard time shorting here. No, I'm looking for longs, but again, based on reaction. Okay, again, that took a bit longer, but I'd like to explain the most important levels. I like to explain exactly what I'm looking for, the trade that I'm looking for, the conditions, you know, the reaction and everything. And that takes time. Very, very quick. Yes. Okay, so I have a monthly time frame, but we can go to daily time frame. So basically, and this is nothing new, right? So we had this section of the chart after the value area high was hit here, right? We had this downtrend. And other than that, the point of control, obviously point of control, you think about this as an the high volume node. The point of control was just a bit higher. Now it is just a bit lower. But other than that, this area, we talk about this area, and it was resistance, 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 resistance. And now the price finally managed to push higher. You can see the price took the high for a swing failure pattern here, move back to the point of control, back testing the point of control, and then up we go. Now, the price is approaching a very, very interesting area, in my opinion. And that would be this. Let me let me hide this for a second. So we talk about value area high of this range, because it is the same story. You trade from the lows, price get acceptance back into the value area, see the back test, then moves to the point of control, rejection, point of control, rejection, point of control, consolidation, and up we go. Very important here, market structure. Now, the price, let's see if I can take this high, but other than that, price starts to make higher high, and most important, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So within this range, this section of the chart definitely is not bearish, right? We have a clear resistance, which gave really nice results, really nice results. Even here, scalps, day trades, great, right? But the price managed to hold this series of higher lows. You start with this one, higher low, higher low, higher low, and so on. So until this happens, you know, one would favor more upside. But now the price is bumping into a resistance, and we talk about value area high. We do have this high for a possible swing failure pattern, and that would be the easiest trade ever, right? And on top of that, if we add another high time frame resistance, that would be the golden pocket pulled from, obviously, from this high to the low. So this is the next area, very, very important area. Now, maybe we'll see a front run, but in a perfect world, we will see a swing failure pattern, and that would be the easiest trade ever, right? Same story. You see a swing failure pattern, you trade a swing failure pattern, you wait for the wick to form. That would give you the stop loss, give it just a bit of space above that wick, and other than that, one would target this area, the point of control. So that would be easiest trade ever. Close invalidation. If we get the swing failure pattern, and if the price managed to get acceptance back into the value area, so below value area high, the point of control is the next important level on the chart. This should be take profit 1, and obviously, depending once again on the reaction, this could go lower, but take profit 1 should be a really, really nice trade on this chart. So pay attention to this one, right? Pay attention to this area. So that would be 43.27, right? Pay attention to this area. Easiest trade ever, a swing failure pattern. If we get some sort of small front run here, maybe a reaction from the 0.618 or something like that, yeah, then you need to trade based on reaction. But the easiest trade ever would be a swing failure pattern or a failed auction. You see the price keeps pushing, so instead of a swing failure pattern will look like this, like very, very simple. Boom. Take the high, boom, get acceptance below. This is your trade. This is your stop loss. This is your take profit 1. That's it. Now, that would be the easy case. Now, instead of this, if we talk about a failed auction, and that would look something like this. So the price goes here, and instead of a quick reaction, we start to see a range forming, right? You wait for the swing failure pattern, for the failed auction, sorry, to happen. You can trade this range. If this gives you a good possibility, you can scalp within this range. And when this range breaks, right, this should be your trade, right? In this section of the chart, same story, stop loss above the high, the top of the range, and take profits depending on the situation. This is the easiest trade ever on the chart. And then really important, please allow me to clean this chart. Then we move back to this section of the chart, right? Which was resistance, 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 resistance. If this is the bullish case, this level should hold. So one could trade this, right, a short, with the possibility to, who knows, go lower, but this should be in this area, right? This should be a take profit one. And once again, depending on the reaction, one could take along here, right? Because this is resistance, 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 flipped, and then one will look towards this area once again, with the possibility once again to go higher. But this is a very good trading opportunity. These kind of levels, high time frame levels, they give really nice trading opportunities, especially if you see a swing failure pattern or even a failed auction. The invalidation should be fairly close. Good R&R. Check the reaction and depend if there is a trade for you. Question here. What if we get this? Right? What if we get this? And we all know the correlation between ES and Bitcoin. Lately, the correlation is a bit off here and there and so on. Like right now, this one is hitting resistance, Bitcoin is hitting support. Right? But what actually, I'm curious myself, what will happen with the Bitcoin on a Bitcoin chart if we actually get this and we start to see a strong rejection here? How Bitcoin will react to that? We need to see that. But again, if you're trading this chart, this is all you need. Especially if you're a swing trader, this is all you need. This information is basically all you need. But even if you don't trade this chart and you're trading Bitcoin, it's still a good idea to think about what's going on in this area, what's going on the ES chart, because if this starts to reject like very strong, maybe Bitcoin will follow too. So definitely we need to pay attention to this. Pay attention to this chart, pay attention to what's going on the Bitcoin chart. Those are the main areas, right? So on the Bitcoin chart, the 25K psychological area, low of the range, high time frame, SNR flip level. Then I'll be looking towards 20K area. Let's not forget in between that monthly, right? That monthly in between, right? And also the monthly level above. So this monthly 23,134 and monthly 29,237. First of all, and especially if we get a reaction here, this should be take profit. Depending on the reaction, could be an entry. Same story here. Let's say if the price moves and you are in a long from higher, which you're in a very fortunate position, this could be a take profit. Check the reaction. Good reaction, take the trade. No good reaction, price just keeps moving lower. Then this area, the 20K psychological area, that would be the next level on the chart. Other than that, there is not much in between. But for me, losing this level, that will be weakness. And you can see fast pushing to the upside. The only consolidation that we do have is here. Lose this area and 20K area comes into play. Let's see if I have some questions. I just applied the fixed range tool to other Bitcoin chart, the other exchange, and the other exchanges have different. Yes, because each exchange has his own volume profile. I'm using Bybit Bitcoin USD pair, but if you're going to Binance or I don't know, to even within the same exchange, if you check the volume profile on the USDT pair, it will give you a totally different result. But trust me and look at the chart. This is the best pair for technical analysis, and also for order flow. And I was showing last week, I was showing we were checking together the CVD divergences on the Bitcoin USD, Bitcoin USDT, both Bybit. And this one was showing, I can't remember if it was bullish or bearish right now, but anyway, the divergences on the USD chart played out. USDT, no good. So yeah, definitely that's why I like to use the Bitcoin USD Bybit. This gives me the best results. And yes, if you use a different exchange, yes, it will give you a different volume profile. I trade on Bybit, so I don't really care about the other exchanges, you know, so I cannot give my opinion. I don't know. No, I do my all the TA is based on this one, and as you can see, for the moment it works very, very well. So until that happens, you know, I have no intention to change. If this will change, and if I see another exchange will give, you know, better result, then we can talk about that situation. But other than that, yeah, this is the exchange that I'm using, and it is the best one that I know based on experience when it comes to levels, you know, volume profile and order flow. Best exchange right now. Okay, if there are no other questions, then I hope the trading plan is clear for everyone. Again, there's no need to be in a rush. We talk about swing trades here, possible swing trades based on the reaction. Check the reaction, check the order flow if you're familiar with the order flow. Have your risk management in check. You see everything that you like to see, you take the trade. Don't forget to book profits. Don't forget to check the reaction at important levels, right? Even if you don't like to book profits. So for example, you trade here, check if the price get acceptance back into the value area of this range, right? Because, you know, the value area low could potentially act as resistance at that point in time. You know, you need to react, right? So check what's going on. Don't forget to book profits at important levels. And other than that, yeah, let's see what this week will bring on the chart. That'll be all for this week. This is my trading plan. Like I said, I'm more inclined to look for longs because we are approaching support. The only area that, you know, we talk about swing trades here, I would be okay with shorting this area, and once again based on the reaction. Other than that, let's see what this week will bring. And for the there is one thing that I would like to say before I end this stream. So I'm posting on Twitter, but also we have a free section in Discord where we're posting, myself and Igor, and we're posting quite a bit of things, you know, and would be a good idea if you join our Discord, you know, to use that information. It's free, so you can get some ideas, some trading ideas, you know, some levels, you know, check our bias. And definitely if you want to go more in depth about what we do, definitely we do have the premium levels in Discord, where we update everything in real time. We have updates every day. So if you are interested, and especially if you are a full-time trader, then definitely you might want to check the premium levels in Discord. Yeah, other than that, that will be all for this week. Next week, Victor will cover the public update. So I'll catch you in 2 weeks. Other than that, for the members in Discord, I'll catch you right after the stream to see what's going on. Other than that, thank you for everything. Cheers and bye-bye. And have a great trading week. Thank you. Bye.